Welcome, fellow adventurers, nerds, and neurodivergents. Sit back, stay hydrated, and prepare yourselves for tonight's adventure. We're starting a little late and, a little less on time, but we weren't even here last week because wedding planning. But we are here. We are live. We were taking care of technical issues. They have been resolved for the most part. Thank you all for being patient and tuning in. And without further ado, after discovering Sniffle Shade hidden in their payment for helping the city council, Yenor had Joachim contact Bavin and Lady Wren. After some discussion and surprise, the investigators were given special privileges and papers to assist them on their journey back to the Onyx Accord, after a quick stop in the Ishanian Kingdom. Not wasting any time, they set sail and began their journey. Shortly into their journey, they encountered another ship. This ship looked to be full of slaves and slavers. Not waiting, Kraka shot first and took out one of the slavers. This tipped off the rest of the slaver crew, who began their attack on Joachim's barely armed ship. So far, Joachim, Yenor, and the rest of the rescued pirates have been able to hold off the assailants, but they are still in combat with the surviving crew, and they are unsure what to do with the almost rescued slaves. Now, go to this. Kraka, it is your turn. The ship is next to you guys, by the way. It's just laid out like this for map purposes.
Oh, it's a little different and okay. Strategy changed. How far apart is the ships? You say 10 feet?
Yeah, 10 feet apart, walking plank distance.
Oh, geez, is there any way to turn the music down a bit?
I can. You can also turn down Kenku in your...
Let me try that first.
I can only turn down so much because I have to make sure that the recorder picks it up. Although I guess technically it does pick it up anyway.
Good. Yeah, we good?
You can keep going.
Okay. All right. Well then, I'm just gonna right this guy in front of me. I don't really know if I should. I don't really know if I should use the whip because he's led to melee. I should just use my claws.
It's up to you. The whip's technically a melee weapon.
It's about the same damage anyways, so I'll just use my claws.
Go ahead.
23.
That hits.
Oh, terrible. Fix.
6 points damage.
That would be sneak attack though, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 2d6 for me, right? It's under others. Yep.
Yep.
So that takes 11.
He goes down.
Okay.
As
so
you
I
rake
have
your
to-
claws across him twice, he goes down.
Why is he concentrating on something? This guy, this next guy.
Yes, he is concentrating on Witch Bolt.
All right. Well then. Oh, wrong button. I will follow up with an unarmed strike. I will not use a fury blow, so I will save a key point. That's 22. But I would have to
You
move
will have to
5
take
feet
like a
towards
half
him,
step.
right?
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
have to take a step forward.
Yeah, so
but a 22 does hit.
Okay. I should have, could we, before I roll damage, could we turn that into, an attempt to shove down the steps?
Sure.
Then you would just,
I'd say roll your damage on the strike and then make an athletics check.
okay.
Another 6 points of damage. And then he has to roll a concentration check. It's 18, so he succeeds. And then he has to make an athletics check, which is strength, which is a 4.
No.
So he
21.
fails. He falls down the stairs and is prone, I will say. Let's say. What's your strength modifier?
What's my strength modifier?
Yeah.
1.
1. He takes 1 point of damage as he falls down the stairs. I guess I have to make him check for concentration again.
He took damage.
He did, and he loses concentration. Alright.
I still have full movement, but
Minus 5 feet, but yeah.
right. But I am. Alright, I will turn around and I'll run up the steps. And
Okay. So if you turn around and run up the steps, that'll leave you with about 10 feet of movement at the top of the step.
I'll just stop right. Just stop right there, I guess, and stay behind this guy. Maybe like stay below him, so like maybe like, you know, the childish prank where like I'm at his legs, and if she tries to push him, he'll fall over me and tumble down the steps type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I gotcha.
yep.
Alright. Is that it?
Yep.
We go to the bounty hunter's turn. There's still no one on his side, so he's gonna make a, what was it, wisdom saving throw? Joaquin, your suggestion's a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna do wisdom. That's a 10, so that fails. So he does nothing. He's gonna hold his attack action for somebody. Yenor, it's your turn. Your mic's on.
How does this guy look?
So that guy is like full health.
Full health. Alright. I swear. Oh god, the lag. Oh my god.
That's That's crazy.
Is it a nat 20 or is it a 14?
It's a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Everyone gets inspiration.
Whoop whoop.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage. Normal.
Yeah, I promise I would roll damage if it would let me. But my thing is lagging so bad right now.
I see that.
The fuck, man? That is a 6 plus that. Right, screw it.
Oh, we're switching to physical dice, I think. So 9 points plus the crit damage, which makes that
86.
go 8, 14. So 9 plus 14. 23 points of damage. Yes. There's your first strike. He's still up, but bleeding.
That is another natural 20. I'm holding it here.
Okay.
Roll again if you want.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. Your minimum damage takes him out.
Okay.
He had 3 HP.
Okay.
Are you doing anything else?
No, because I was going to shove him out.
It's Poppy's turn. Do you want to roll or do you want me to roll?
I mean, you might as well. It's not like I can with how laggy it is right now.
Alright, so it's gonna attack the only thing it can. Beak! The 18 hits. It deals, or she deals 8 points. You guys watch as Poppy pecks pirate that's next to her to death. The Beetle and Joaquin, you just see her peck and just blood's dripping from her beak.
Dear freaking God, Poppy.
Pecked to death.
Good girl.
Joaquin, it makes you rethink trying to threaten Poppy in the future.
Yeah, I commit this to memory.
Seeing as her beak's the size of a normal humanoid's head.
It looks like a mess.
Yenor, are you gonna have Poppy move or is she gonna stay there?
There's no more enemies on the part that she's on, right?
No, the last enemy on your ship is either up with you. There's one up with you, and there's one on the tip of the ship.
Alright, path of least resistance then. She's gonna go up. Does she still get 2 attacks or no?
She makes 2 attacks. She still gets her, she can move between attacks.
If she's got the movement, she'll go up and kick him.
She's gonna fly up here. I believe she has the movement. Yeah, fly speed 60. She barely has the movement, but she has the movement. Actually, what's that? This would be, oh god. Stop measuring. 30 feet, and then up. We'll call that 45 feet. So let's pop this open. And she's gonna, so, Kraka, you watch as Poppy comes in like a missile with her claws out. That's an 18. Just barely hits. 13 points of damage. That guy's still up. All right. Joaquin, it's your turn.
Okay, so what do we have? It looks like everybody that I can see. Well, I saw that Kraka pushed someone down the stairs, right?
Yes, there's one push down the stairs.
So I would have to move here, and then I can see him at the bottom of the stairs, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So that's gonna be 20 feet of movement.
Yeah.
So I'll do that. I'll look at the dude down there, and do. How much more movement would it be to get down, to get within striking range of this guy? Like, how much movement is it going down the stairs?
Like 10. I could make it work with 10 feet of movement.
Okay. Then I would do that so I can get within striking range. I still have my sword, like my magical sword.
Yep.
So let's do that.
You do have advantage. Yes.
Yep. Okay.
You're a little fishbowl-y also.
Apologies. After my turn, I will go and grab my head.
Oh, you're not fishbowl-y anymore.
Lovely.
But yeah, go ahead and make your first strike. I mean, that hits.
Yeah, okay, fuck. I think I fucked that up, but that's fine.
Ow.
Poopy damage. 8. I can't really do anything else. So yeah, I'll just end my turn.
Who do we go to next? Beetle, it is your turn. Beetle.
Yeah. Everything is lagging on my side too.
That's fine. It's lagging. It seems like it's lagging for everyone right now.
Yeah, like it would take one close to hear me. But I'll shoot blindly towards somebody.
Well, you can either move to the guy that got pushed down the stairs, or you can move around towards Lala and hit the guy that's standing on the pointy thing at the front of the ship. What the name of the thing that I can't think of right now.
Shoot towards the pointy thing on the ship.
Okay. Move around. That's about 15 feet of movement for you.
It's like the figurehead.
Yeah. And then if you're doing that, you're gonna do longbow.
Yeah.
First strike hit with a 21.
Okay.
And that is 10 points of damage. You shoot your arrow, and it just it falls off into the water
Oh,
and sinks. The thing's dead.
I know.
Do you want to move any more? There's no other enemies on the deck of the ship. Current.
No, let's stay put.
Alright. It is now the bounty hunter up here, the one pirate. Yenor and Kraka. You see this guy load, he's gonna spend a grit. Load something into his pistol, and he points it up into the sky, and he fires. And it whistles all the way up, and then glows a bright purple. You guys messed with the wrong ship. Welcome to the slave regiment. That's gonna end his turn. Lala, it's your turn.
Sorry, I completely missed what was said due to screaming. What?
Oh. Well, I'm not sure. You wouldn't be able to hear him. Yenor and Kraka were the only two that would be able to hear him at this
Oh.
time. But
Okay.
you did hear a high-pitched whistling and see a purple flare shot up into the sky.
From the other boat or from our boat?
From your boat.
Okay.
Specifically from where the position of the thing that Poppy is attacking is.
Yeah. So, the only active enemy that I can see on the other ship is the big giant guy. But you did mention random enemies that were like lining up to cross over. Yes.
No, those were all the ones that did line up to crossover, have crossover, and have mostly been dispatched at this point.
Okay.
There is no one else lined up to cross over. There are a bunch of slaves on the deck of the other ship that are kind of cowering.
Then we're going to do something daring.
Oh God. Okay.
Where's the gangplank, man? Is there one nearby? One of them. One of the gangplanks.
No. The gangplank would probably be somewhere like here, next to one of the dead pirates that got on.
Okay. Lala is going to go to said gangplank and cross over.
I'd say that would use about 15 feet of movement to get to the gangplank.
Okay.
10 feet of movement to cross. And
He
you'd
is
be
going-
here. You'd have another 5 feet of movement once on that other ship, I think. If your movement 30?
I think it's 40.
Your movement's
Yeah,
40. You have 15 feet of movement on the other ship now.
All right. She's going to double check on her coat that her frock coat is covering her belt and her all her daggers are hidden. She has.
I'm gonna say make a stealth check just because you're trying to hide things purposefully.
Oh.
You should be good at stealth.
She is. That's a 19.
Okay.
So she's
You
got
feel sufficiently hidden.
yeah, she's got a frock coat, but because she's very small, it actually goes down to her calves rather than above the knee. But anyway, she is going to start looking for the like main lock or one of the locks on the chains, and pick it.
So I'd
She's going to
say
start collecting prisoners, essentially.
right on this front mast here, there's someone that's just tied to it with chains. You can run to that. You can make it to that mast and start picking it. The rest of the fleet are kind of cowering on the ground. Some of the chains have been broken by your guys' efforts of shooting the locks.
Right.
But on this one, I'd say make a
Sleight of hand.
sleight of hand. Yeah, sleight of hand, because it's just you have proficiency with thieves' tools, so we'll just use sleight of hand to make it easy.
Flink. 21.
Like butter, you get your thieves' tools out real quick, making sure keeping your weapons hidden, keeping an eye on the guy that Joaquin said to keep an eye out for, and clink, clink, clink. You get the chains unlocked, and the individual tied to the mast just kind of slumps over and onto the deck. They're breathing, they're alive, but they are beaten, brutalized, very malnourished.
Gotcha. I have like one more action, then I guess I'll get to the next place and
You have no more movement.
Oh, that's right. Damn it.
Oh wait, you're hasted, aren't you?
I am. Does that include more movement?
Haste doubles your movement, so you
Oh.
actually have 40 feet of movement currently.
Neat. So I can slink all around here.
And you have 2 more actions, because I will allow 2 more actions.
Since I'm not technically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So she's again gonna just kind of slink around and start picking locks and telling the people near them to free themselves and start taking over.
As you're running around, just make. Oh, let me see. What's your passive perception?
Ice cream.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Make a perception check real quick for me while you're running around.
Ice cream.
Don't fail me now.
Ice cream.
Oh wow! Yay! 22.
A 22. Okay.
Watching out. So
As you're moving towards the next set of prisoners, you see that there's a ring of keys on the ground.
ooh, spiffy. I will pick
There's
those
like 20 keys on this ring. And they all look very similar. They're all like the iron corroded keys.
up. Maybe faster for me to just pick the locks, but I'll take them.
You run around. I'd say with the rest of your movement and action, make 2 more sleight of hand checks.
If I come across someone who seems like to have some strength and their wits about them, I will give them the keys and
Okay.
sleight of hand. Click.
Yep. 1 and then 2.
15. I'm
A
gonna
15.
add a hero point just because
Okay.
the D6, right?
Yes.
Okay. Wow, heroes, you
16. Okay.
Yeah.
And then make your second sleight of hand check. I'm not gonna make you make a sleight of hand check for every lock. This is determining how many people you can actually get free
gotcha.
at this
That-
point, because you have so much movement left and you're under you're under the influence of haste.
Come
Say this
on.
is more situational than it is doing it rules
Ooh.
and written.
No,
Oh.
inspiration.
Oh.
Inspiration.
Guys, that was almost a natural 1. She has inspiration, so
Ooh, that's better. 17.
17. So 16 and 17. Not as good as your first 2, but these are rusty locks. It's harder to get to these ones because the prisoners are kind of like covering them and cowering, and they think you're going to hurt them, so they're not being too cooperative. You're able to get 3 free. The 3 in the line there, the other 3 in a line over here, because as you're over here, you see that the 3 of the arrow you shot before did get free from the chains. They're just kind of cowering. One of these 3 kind of just looks up at you and is this young man, probably around your age, actually, like teenager, not almost quite adulthood type deal. Thank you. I would like to help.
I'll hand him the keys. See if you can figure out how to get these other locks open.
Okay, be careful. The warden's underneath the deck. That flare was not good news.
Then I guess we better move fast.
Are you doing anything else?
That's it for now.
All right. It is the person at the bottom of the stairs' turn. He is going to use half his movement to stand up, because no one likes laying on the ground and fighting. He is going to spend a second level spell slot and Misty Step.
Little bastard.
Bonus action. And he is going to... First level spell, he's going to be concentrating again. And he's going to use Witch Bolt back down the stairs at you, Joaquin.
If that's an attack roll, that's at disadvantage.
I'll roll twice. That's a 14. I believe that misses.
It does.
Alright. At the top of the round, Lala, you hear commotion below you. Alright, I added it to the map. Where did... Oh, it's behind there. Okay. Alright, you hear commotion underneath you. We're getting that. We're gonna do... two more of these guys. Four individuals come running up from the stairs from around this large Goliath individual. One of these individuals is heavily armored, and throughout his armor are these glowing inlays and glowing symbols. And he lifts up his helmet. What are you doing on my ship? Are you here to be the new stock? Then he drops his helmet down.
Am I actually supposed to answer? He's kind of in the middle.
You can answer. You could answer him if you want.
Yeah, totally. I bow myself as one of your slaves. Sure.
Is that condescending, or are you trying to deceive him?
No, she's giving him teenager sass. Just being real sarcastic.
Oh, we'll whip that attitude right into shape.
Daddy.
Kraka, it's your turn.
Okay, so I would have seen that this guy came back out and is at the bottom of the steps, correct?
Yes. Yes, the bottom of your steps.
Okay, well then, how far away is from like top of the steps? So is that
Like 15 feet. Yeah, including going, so the steps are like 10 feet-ish. 15 feet to get to the complete bottom, but you'd be within melee once you're there, so yeah, 15 feet. You also see the individuals come up from below deck of the other ship.
All right, I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna run down the steps, like, because I'm like hunched down, so I'm gonna try to like turn and run down the steps, but act like I stumble and fall down the steps, but I'm actually gonna like do a roll.
Okay.
And when I'm at the bottom of the steps, I'm gonna come out of the roll with like a kick at this guy, and then keep trucking over to the how much more movement do I have from there?
Well, that was 15 feet. It's 10 feet to get. Well, I'd say to the closest, because there's 2 planks down, so you're like right there. You could get across there.
I would have seen all those people come out on the ship, yes?
On the other ship, yes.
Okay, so then yeah, once I attempt to kick, like do a kick up and hit him in the process, I'm gonna keep trucking 30 feet past him to get over to the other ship for to assist Lala.
Okay.
So
are you making 1 attack or 2 attacks against him?
1 attack.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Hero point.
Okay. 17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
10, and that would be sneak attack, correct too, right?
Yes.
Sneak attack is other. Oh. 12 points damage.
Man, you guys are not doing great after Yenor's 2 natural 20s. I has to check for concentration again. Succeeds the concentration check. Alright, and you say you're going to continue running to the other ship?
Well, the end of my movement would be like at the plank. Or
no, there's
like,
another plank closer to you.
Oh. Okay.
So you move 15 feet down the stairs. You go across the plank. That's 10 feet. So that would put you there on the other ship. And then you have 10 feet left after that.
So then I'll just go. I'm gonna go up on, take my 10 feet up the steps. See if I can like. Maybe they didn't see me come. Yeah, maybe they didn't see me come up, and I can be stealthy up here and come around and.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes.
Make a stealth check.
Stealth.
11.
Hero point.
Okay.
15.
15. I'll keep that in mind.
That is my turn.
That ends your turn? Alright. Where's his passive perception? That's what I want. There it is. Okay. You three, deal with this rabble. I'm gonna go make sure they don't have an escape. And he is going to...
Rabble.
You guys minus... Well, Keem, you wouldn't be seeing this, but Yenor, you would. Yenor, make a history check. $13. You have only heard rumors of this technology existing, but you watch as this man's suit lights up. And he just flies and drops down in front of you. Are you the captain of this ship?
Why don't you come and find out?
Oh, I'm about to. I'd love to add a ship to my fleet. And he just... arm blade comes out of his power armor. That's a 33. She's just making faces at me.
What am I supposed to say? Oh no, it doesn't hit. I'm a level 6, but it doesn't hit.
You take 20 points of slashing damage.
Still up.
Would you like to change your attitude? You did attack my ship first. We could have a nice conversation.
I don't think you're a nice man. Do you know what nice means?
He is going to make an athletics check against you, so that's strength versus strength, or athletics if you have proficiency in it. So yeah, just roll. You could just roll it and find out what it is. You have. I didn't roll well on that. That was a bad roll. He goes to grab you with his hand, and you see his palm is electrified. And you, after getting hit with that blade, you're like, nope, and you just are not grabbed. No, it would electrify the shield. You dodge it. Let me see. What else? Oh. Alright. You want to play that game? Let's see how you feel about your friends. His blade retracts, and he aims it down at Deedle. And out pops an arm bolt. Deedle. Unless this is a natural one, it hits. Does a 34 hit? Yes, a 34 hits. Deedle, you take 13 points of piercing damage as this bolt just hits you in the shoulder from behind. Three, he gets one more. You pissed off a powerful guy.
Damn it, Kraka.
You see, you thought it was part of his power armor, but he reaches back and he pulls out this very large gun. Larger than the one from you can make out from what the Goliath is holding on the other ship. Takes it and he's like, I'll let you choose. Who am I shooting on your other ship here that you have invading on my ship? The turtle or the girl?
You're gonna have to be more specific. There's a couple women on this boat.
Word.
The ones on my ship. Kraka and Lala are both on his ship. And he can see both of them. This is a big gun.
Yeah, I feel like with all this monologuing, I should have a chance to just stab, but I'm just gonna roll my eyes at him.
Then the D100 decides.
There's nothing I can do.
A 35, that's low, which means it's the lower deck. Oh, you're fucking lucky. I'm re-rolling that because that's a natural one. Lala, that's a 26.
Yeah, that'll do.
You
I
hear
dodge.
this. What?
I said I can uncanny dodge. That's
Does that just cut the damage in half?
yes.
Okay. Good. Because that was 24 points of piercing damage from a shot to the back.
Woo!
That gets cut in half to 12. So you take 12 points of piercing damage, and I mean, you were hit in the shoulder blade
Still up.
by a very powerful rifle.
You know, if I could stop getting shot. I lived in a city, the inner city, for 18 years, and not got a gun pulled on me once until I entered the sea, you fuckers.
Because you made the comment, I will allow you to make one attack.
I stab.
Oh.
Yenor made a comment about him monologuing, so I
True.
will allow her one attack.
17 plus 8.
That hits.
Okay. And then the 8. That is a 7 plus 5. And plus 3.
$15 points of damage. Power armor seems to absorb some of that.
Even the radiant?
Which part of that's radiant?
The fuck. What was the D6? 3.
Yeah. Okay. So it absorbs the weapon part of that. You cheeky little minx. You can either surrender and we can talk about the terms over a nice glass of tea, or you face damnation.
We wouldn't dare have tea with some weirdo who puts it in a glass.
She glanced at the DM screen.
I can see the DM screen. We might want to negotiate. Oh my god.
And he's only talking to you. None of them can hear this conversation right now. All Lala knows is she got shot in the back. Joaquin has no idea what the fuck's going on. He just saw a flare.
I'm gonna hold up my sword and say, how favorable would these terms be for me?
How do you feel about becoming a slaver?
Unfortunately, I'm law enforcement. I don't think that'll work. I could just leave and not tell any of my cop buddies about this.
Make a persuasion check with a very high DC. I mean, you can just roll your actual dice.
Alright. 17, does that count?
No.
It's a 7.
Are you keeping that?
Inspiration. That's a natural 20. Plus 7.
You guys are so lucky. She rolled a natural 20 on her inspiration roll for this persuasion check. I'll tell you what. Get your crew off my boat, leave my slaves alone, and if you ever see this flag, you turn the other way. If we cross paths again, I will sink you from the bottom of the ocean.
I'm just gonna stare at him. I'm not taking my eyes off. I'm just gonna scream for Kraka and Lala to get their asses back on board now.
Combat is currently paused. Kraka and Lala. You hear Yenor yell in this very deeply fearful, protective voice to get back on the ship.
I calmly just stand up and start walking back toward the ship. Unthreatening. Like, oh, I guess we're friends now. And just...
Lala.
He is very upset and confused and kind of frozen in place for a moment as she looks around at the people who are essentially huddling at her feet in fear. Do the people who came up with him have their weapons drawn?
Yes.
And the guy who's under suggestion, you looking at him like he might stab them?
Has not gone yet, and he's wielding a sniper rifle.
Right.
He was told to shoot anyone with weapons on his ship.
Correct.
But Yenor just told you to get back to your ship.
Lala's gonna start walking, but also unlocks anything she sees on the way.
Okay. Joaquim and Deedle, what are you both doing in this very tense pause in the combat that Yenor has successfully granted you all?
I'm curious as to how much I'm aware of at the moment because I am downstairs, am I not?
You are. You saw the flare go off. You heard a couple of very powerful shots that were different and came from your ship. And you heard Yenor scream about getting back to the ship.
I would run upstairs and I would get to a place where I could at least see Yenor.
All right, so that be on the steps, and you see her,
Okay.
very injured, just staring this guy down as she does. But you can tell that she's a little scared. And this guy is in this suit of glowing armor with a huge rifle. And as you run up, you see Deedle is bleeding, and you look across and you see Lala is bleeding. Both look like bullet wounds.
Okay, I look at the guy in the armor. Now, the guy in the armor, he has a gun, you said?
He's got a gun, and you see one of his hands seems to be glowing, and his other hand, it seems that the gauntlet is kind of risen up a little bit, like it's a compartment for something.
Okay. I'm gonna put my hands up. And as I do, I'm going to the great sword in my hand is going to dissipate, and I'm going to look at him and I'm going to say, "I'm the captain of this ship." Parlay.
It seems that this captain and I have already come to an agreement. Of course, you're welcome
And he's pointing
to.
at Yenor?
Yes.
Okay.
You're welcome to join said agreement, though. If we change the terms are changed. There's no going back.
I look at Yenor and say,
Joaquin, he's letting us go.
Joaquin kind of grimaces, but he sees how hurt she is and that it looks like she does not want to continue this.
The two individuals that were on your ship that were still alive begin grabbing their dead brethren and just throwing them overboard.
That's real nice.
We don't need you snooping around in our affairs. We know how magic users can be with the dead.
Hey, no necromancers here, man.
Your captives.
What about my captives?
Most people don't
take
even
them
want
off your
to
head.
buy.
You got gold?
How much do you want for them?
How many of them do you want?
How many do you
All of them.
have?
How much gold do you have?
Excuse me. Most people don't even want to buy bruised fruit, and all of these people are horribly damaged.
Yeah, they really are pretty
Joaquin,
broken.
I'd say
Joaquin
that's a
gives
successful
both.
product.
Joaquin just gives them both dirty looks. They're people. And they need bats, that's all.
I like him. I'm
Shut
gonna
up.
negotiate with him. How much will you offer per person?
So I would.
Roll a history check.
Okay.
See how much you know about the illegal slave trade.
Nothing. Actually, let me try inspiration point that. I don't. That's a
Nothing.
3.
Roll the 3. Nothing.
We know it's illegal, and we have direct contact with authorities.
Oh my god, that's even worse. Yeah, I know nothing. I know nothing.
You know it's illegal. You don't know anything about the economy or prices or anything. Just
Nope. But I am suave and cute as fuck, so I'm gonna look at this guy and I'm gonna say, we'll take them off your hands for 300 gold. How's that for a deal? And I will be
that's
trying to
300
persuade
gold per person, right?
I'm cute, and he shot me.
I would try to kind of like, what can I do here? Okay, so I would try to, as subtly as possible, cast suggestion, because I don't need any somatic components. It's just verbal and material, and I have my component pouch. So if I put my hand on my component pouch and then kind of say the words, would I be able to kind of try and subtly cast suggestion?
Make a stealth check
Stealth.
against his perception. Passive.
I have advantage on stealth. Actually, I don't know if this gives me advantage on stuff, because I think it's just to move slowly, so it's just regular. Ah, inspiration point back.
Okay.
Because poopy. Oh my god! Alright,
Where
one
the
more
slaver's
time.
from. Make a history check. Where he's from? Not the slave. Okay, I misunderstood you. Insight. Yenor's making an insight check. 22 for stealth, okay? Whoa there, Sonny. I said no magic.
Wow. He saw that.
And he aims his rifle. He doesn't like put the butt of his rifle up against his shoulder, but he kind of turns and rotates it towards you, so the barrel's pointing at you. Insight.
I wouldn't have heard any of this conversation, correct, from where I'm at.
No, Lala would have made it over closer to where she ran over to the stairs, so she can hear kind of it. Deedle, if you moved closer, you'd be able to hear it, but Kraka, you would not. Yenor with a 19 insight. 19 plus 6, so a 25 insight. First, this guy is very serious about shooting you and everyone else. He'll do it point blank. He'll do it in front of everyone. He doesn't care. He's also very serious about his deals. He keeps to his word. There is honor among thieves. As far as where he's from, you can't get a good look at him other than his face. His face is very, like, gray, like a pale gray, like, no, like Underdark gray. Like Drow or another Goliath, like a darker gray Goliath, darker gray complexion Goliath, which is not Underdark, that's mountains. Or some type of primordial heritage being.
We still have the drugs, right?
Yes.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm gonna look at him, and I was like, "What about a trade?"
Well, now, Your friend over here was going to tell me something before he
He's
started.
a little bit useless. He can't access the things I can. And I'm gonna like try to like subtly flash the seal that Lady Lantana gave me as like a status symbol, kind of.
His face wrinkles in anger.
I've got stuff from their treasure room. Stuff that they don't really want people to have.
That family has caused me grief.
I've got so much of their stuff right now. Stuff that you can probably have some fun with. Stuff that might make you even more than the slaves are worth.
Stuff that's incredibly important to that family.
Yeah. They don't even know we took it.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Am I helping?
She rolled another natural 20. Because she's using her physical dice.
Woo-woo!
I'll tell you what. I've got 15 slaves on my boat. Some of which your friend down there managed to unlock.
Seriously, 50?
Slippery little thing, huh?
I was picturing like 50.
Got 15 slaves for sale. The rest are for my private collection.
Gross.
How many are in your private collection? On your boat right now?
You see him kind of look down for a second.
He's so dumb he got to count on his fingers?
No, he's got a digital magical display. Currently,
On the boat.
this boat or all my boats?
This boat.
150.
So you already have a collection, and you're adding 150 to that collection. How much?
Yeah, that's kind of what
do
slavers
you
do.
need?
We can't fit 165 people on this boat, can we?
No.
No.
You don't even have the provisions for 165 people.
What do you want for the 15?
$1,000 gold apiece.
Being that I know so much about Sniffle Shade, how much Sniffle Shade do we have down there, and what is it worth?
So Sniffle Shade fills up one of the chests that's down there.
Completely, yes.
Big chest. And the other chest has the gems in it. The gems don't quite fill the chest completely. Sniffle Shade depends on the buyer and the seller for how much it's worth. Unrefined is generally worth more than refined, and this is definitely unrefined Sniffle Shade. You could probably sell yours to someone who's going to refine it. So at wholesale price for each brick I would say is probably about 5K. And I don't know, you guys didn't really count the bricks that you had in that chest. And it's locked. Magically. Only someone with a deputized badge can open it.
So then it's not really locked. I can open it right now.
You could. Don't know if the arcane lock notifies anybody if it's removed. You assume you probably have enough to pay him in Sniffle Shade if he deals in that.
I saw the bricks. Can I picture in my head how many there were?
You were sitting there for long enough. There was at least 20 bricks.
I'll offer him 8.
5k each.
Fine, that's 7, because he has to find someone to refine it and sell it.
The drug that's taking over the world. How did you come into possession of such substance?
I did tell you I'm a cop.
Right. No trackers.
No trackers
No
in the
funny
drugs.
business.
No funny business in the drugs. I won't even have you take the chest, because the chest can probably be tracked. I'll just give you the straight bricks.
Hey, boys! Bring the recruits over. They were hard to break in anyway. They're your problem now. Give me my drugs.
Wait here, and then I'll start heading downstairs.
Okay. And the rest of you see his crew lining up the slaves that were on the deck, the 15 on the deck, and leading them over to your ship. Yenor, you get down to the chest. It's got the arcane lock around it. It's a force field. What do you do?
Badge.
It glows for a second, and then dissipates, and the chest pops open.
I don't suppose there's anything around us that resembles a brick of Sniffle Shade. Maybe there's like flour or something. I don't know what it looks like. Are we talking like the plant, or are we talking like it's like a straight brick of powder? Is it wrapped in plastic? If I don't see anything, I'll just give it to him. But if I do see something that I can trick him with.
So, the Sniffle Shade you were given was the unrefined drug variant, which is the refined plant. Because normally it's a plant. It's refined into the drug.
So it looks like whole wheat powder versus all-purpose. Got it.
It's less powder-like, like flour powder, and more granule-like, like sand or sugar. Bricks are various different colors in here. It's dependent upon the region that the flower was grown in. They're various colors. They're not all the same color. You have white, red, purple, blue, green, pink.
I don't suppose I could like take some brown sugar and like fake it. Remember, I've spent years figuring out the Sniffle Shade. I've looked at it a lot. I'm pretty sure I could recreate it.
It's not your ability, it's time. You can try. You offered him 7 bricks.
I try.
You have various materials at the bottom of this ship. You were restocked.
Listen, they can go without sugar for a couple days. I'll use all of it if I have to. Lala will be unhappy, but...
It's some... I'm gonna say this. Make a history check with advantage to see how close you can get to the Okay. You need some mixture of flour and sugar to get it to the it's not quite as granular as sand or flat as sugar is. It's like a soft granule. Make a I'm gonna say make a dexterity check with make a dexterity check and add your proficiency bonus. Yes. So it's a d20 plus 6, essentially. 25. Hey! Hurry up down there. I'm gonna start firing on your ship. I'm getting bored. I got places to be. The slaves are already over here. Where's my payment? The first one that goes is gonna be his head. And he cocks his rifle and holds it to you, Joaquin.
I'm going as fast as I can. This chest is a pain in the ass.
When I hear her say that, I'm gonna start heading down to go help
Hey,
her.
no one move.
Do you want her to speed up or no? I can help her.
No funny business down there.
I would hear this, right? Because it's right
Yes,
over me.
because they're yelling, yeah.
I'll just yell up, I need the muscle to carry it!
And I will proceed.
You have 1 minute. All right, Kraka, you go down there, and you guys are on the clock now. Kraka, you go down there, and you see Yenor fucking with flour and sugar. And brown sugar, and some food coloring. She has managed to make 2 bricks thus far, but she needs to make 5 more. And you guys have a minute. Kraka, what are you doing?
All right. Well, I guess. I'll help you package.
Kraka, make a dexterity check. No proficiency modifier because you don't have experience with Sniffle Shade. Actually, you're not making the bricks, you're just wrapping them.
Right.
So I will give you sleight of hand instead. I don't know if that makes it better for you. It does.
Kinda.
I'll
hero.
take your hero point? Okay, go ahead. 18, okay. With your check and his help, you can make and wrap 1 brick per round.
So then we have time.
You have time. So
I can sprint to the ladder in 10 seconds and start climbing up. I'm assuming that'll be good enough for him, right?
You assume. He seems to have... He's parlaying with you fairly. Joaquin, sweat's beating down your face as you don't move because there's rifle in your head face.
I'll throw in a handful. Is the gem chest open or no?
No.
No. Can I kick it open?
It opened. You guys didn't lock it.
I'll just scoop up a handful to give him so that he hopefully doesn't shoot anybody. And I'll yell up, hey, I got you an extra surprise.
I said no surprises!
It's a good one, I promise!
You said no funny business, not no
It's shiny
surprises.
and worth a lot.
If there's anything fishy about this, I'm shooting off his right hand.
Listen, it's what you want. You want money. It's It's almost money. Depending on where you go, it can be used as money.
The only thing that'll be fishy is my breath.
You guys finish packaging 7 fake sniffle shade bars. What do you do?
I start climbing the ladder. I'm carrying what I can. Crockett's got the rest. I've got like a handful of gems on top of the bricks as I'm climbing.
Okay. Ah. Finally. You can breathe now. And he walks past you, Joaquin, as he says that. You mind if I have one of my crew members test that before we go?
It's not refined. They'll get real sick. Like, real sick, and then your whole boat's gonna stink. That's why I threw in the extra gems.
Make a persuasion check.
Advantage or no?
Straight roll, because I would give you advantage for Kraka helping, but disadvantage situationally. A dirty 20. He is going to... have insight. He's impatient. I'm not gonna have him try to reroll that. Yeah. Alright. And he kind of whistles, and the Goliath comes over and just kind of scoops up everything and goes back. Remember our flag. You steer clear. If we see you again and you interfere, we're sinking you.
Yep.
And with that, he jets off the boat and back onto his and sails away.
So what the hell was that?
Out of game, that man had over like 4 times what our health is. It was insane.
You guys pissed off the wrong guy. Unfortunately.
I don't suppose you bothered to get a name or anything.
Did I?
Nope.
Whatever.
I'm gonna quick make a drawing of his flag.
Good.
Okay.
Checking around. Next opportunity we get, I'm enslaving his mom.
It is a jagged and torn flag. Red. Jagged and torn flag. Red. Yellow chains crisscrossing. Oh, D dropped off. Must be having technical issues. Yellow chains crisscrossing
Oh.
from the edges. And a purple raven in the center.
Suspicious is all. DM brain.
Oh. Yeah, it's not related to the Raven Queen. The Raven Queen doesn't exist currently.
No, but that's who you have me married under.
Yeah, that got changed to the Lady of Fate.
Lady of
Taiki.
Fate. Okay. I don't suppose her symbol is a purple raven.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
They did not have a pirate flag on their ship. So that leads you to believe that they have been condemned by the pirates in some way. Or they just don't want to affiliate themselves with pirates. What are you all doing?
I'm gonna look at Wakim and say we gotta get this fixed and get the fuck out of here. And then I'm gonna look at Kraka and say, can you feed these guys?
That's the least I can do after this get mess at us, guys. And I'll gather the people and have them follow me downstairs. Have them, find them somewhere to sit and start getting them food.
You also do notice that both chests are open.
I close them.
You go down there. You've got a bunch of people down there. Beetle, what'd you say?
I said feed the masses.
Is anyone doing anything else? Their ship, they take up their gangplanks and they begin sailing off in the direction that they were going.
Everybody and just be like, we should probably get the hell out of here. You think?
Well, one of your masts is broken.
Damn it.
Sails are tattered. You have no hull damage, but one of the masts is broken, the sails are tattered. There's some damage around the rail banisters from where they landed and dropped the gangplanks. Superficial damage, it doesn't affect the ship. And you're about 15 people heavier.
Okay, do we have stuff on board to be able to at least bend it until we get to somewhere where we can possibly have it fixed permanently? Can we, temporarily fix this so we can get the hell out of here?
Is some combination of the 5 of you strong enough to lift the mast back up? I should say 4 of you. Kraka's currently busy. It's not completely broken, snapped and fallen down. It's just there's a crack up the middle, and there's a huge chunk that's kind of leaning outward, and it shouldn't be. So
I'm pretty good with the ropes and being up top. If somebody else would be able to kind of guide me, I could probably get it to stand upright.
I'd help.
I'd say with about a couple hours time, you'd be able to get the mast back into position, Beetle and Yenor. it would cut off at least half a day's journey
Have
getting it
anybody
fixed
that
and
has
everything.
sewing skills?
Couldn't we use arcane power at least to get out of this area?
You can. That'd be up to either of your captains, because apparently you have two now.
Listen, he was under. I was there. I'm very persuasive. It's fine.
That'd be Wakeem. I guess that'd be Wakeem's call on the type of power that you use currently, since Yenor is busy helping Beetle at this present moment.
What happened now?
Do you want to use arcane power to get the ship out of this area? It currently cannot use wind power.
Sure. Arcane power.
So you will increase the amount that it uses the arcane power. Well, that depends. Do you want to keep the pace that you were going, or just keep it moving? Meaning, do you want to keep the arcane power at the same level that currently is at, which would cut your pace because you're not combining that with wind power, or do you want to keep it at the pace that you were moving?
Whichever uses less arcane power.
Okay. So keeping it at your current usage, you'll move at half the speed that you were going until the mast is repaired. So I'd say you lose a quarter's day journey instead of a half day's journey by doing so.
Okay.
So you don't lose as much time. There are repairs, people are injured, Croc is making food. Yenor, Poppy does fly down. Poppy is untouched, actually. She flies down and she helps you, and she tries to help you and Dito with the repairs. Lala, what are you doing?
Brooding. Lala is furious and frustrated, and she doesn't want to help with anything or do anything. She's just sitting at the front of the boat being angsty.
You're also bleeding.
Yeah, it's fine. It sets the mood.
You, Yenor, and Kraka are all bleeding very badly.
Don't I have a hole in my shell?
Yeah, it would heal like any other wound. It would heal by arcane means, but yes. Your HPs are actually not correct on this other ship. Is yours 26? Oh, then it is correct. Okay. At that, we're going to take our break for the evening. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and hang tight. We'll be right back and give the player some time to decompress after that encounter. And we are back. Thank you all for staying with us through the chaos. We come back to our band of half-dead investigators traveling in the ocean. Let's do this one. Kraka is cooking downstairs for the rescued slaves. Lala is brooding at the front of the ship.
Did the young man that I talked to come aboard?
Yes.
Okay. When
That
I'm
was
done,
one of the ones that got rescued.
when I'm done brooding, I'm gonna go talk to him.
Okay. He's downstairs with everyone else. Joaquin is driving. And Yenor and Deedle are still repairing the mast. Said it takes some time, but the weather's nice. There's nothing really interrupting you anymore. So after a couple hours, you get the mast repaired. But the sails are in tatters. At least the front sail. The back sail's fine, but the front sail's in tatters. So Joaquin, you feel the ship pick up speed a little bit, but the sail still needs to be repaired.
I'll go hunt for a spare.
Are there spare sails on a ship?
I would think so. Fabric rips pretty easy.
I don't know if ships had. I don't know if historically ships had spare sails.
I think they just patched them.
Huh. That's neat. They do have spare sails. It was common for sailing ships to have spare sails. That's neat. I didn't know that. Yeah, you could go hunt for some sails. They'd probably be down in the basement after you're done getting that up. You and Deedle get down there and are able to lug one of the sails back up as you see all these emaciated, bruised, beaten, some with like broken limbs that are just bent the wrong way. Down here, kind of just. They don't even look like they're aware of what's going on. They think it's just another trick or something. You get the sail back up. And get it back. It's gonna take you guys another little bit to get that sail back up, but by the time you do, Kraka, you have the food ready for everyone. Just like, whatever you want to make. So, what do you want to make them?
What did we have the most of ration-wise?
Root vegetables.
Then a vegetable stew.
Okay. And like, you can always replenish your fish stores as well. But especially now you are very low on both types of sugar and all types of flour.
Don't need any of those for soup.
So you have a big cauldron of stew ready for everybody, including those of you currently manning the ship. Is there anything any of you want to do in particular, or we can move on through the travel to the nighttime?
Lala will stop brooding long enough to go downstairs and talk to the boy that she bought.
Technically, you bought them with fake drugs. So is it really buying?
Yes.
Yeah, while I'm downstairs with them eating, I'm just gonna talk to them and find out where they're from, since I know what it's like.
Are they all from the same place?
Well, a lot of them are afraid to talk.
That's why I'm talking to the boy. He seemed willing to speak to me.
So we'll start with you, Lala. He is currently stuffing his face with the soup. And Croc, I'm assuming you either gave them water or tea or something? Like a drink?
Well, if they needed a drink along, it's a stew, so it's soup. So I figured maybe they might not have drink, but if they needed a drink, I would have. If there's any tea left, I would have offered it. If not, then water.
I usually like to drink freely without the fear of choking on a potato.
Okay. Oh, thank you. We're not slaves here too, are we?
No.
Ooh.
You're free and clear, paid for in flour and sugar.
Well, would Lala know that?
I heard y'all talking. Just because I'm brooding doesn't mean I can't hear.
I don't know how, but thank you.
I don't feel like we should be thanked, considering how it went.
We've come across other ships who just turned a blind eye. Yours was the first to intervene.
Even if it's a little bit, I guess I'd have to be happy with that. Are you all from the same place?
No, we were all bought at the same place.
Where was that?
Let's see. Here. We were all bought in. Oh, I have to find a location. An illegal slavery operation north of Zatha.
Is it on docks? Underground? In the city?
Not in the city. Right along the border of the Ishanian Kingdom and Zatha's area of control.
Where were you brought from?
It's been so long, I don't think I can remember where home is. I just remember a lot of swampland.
You were just a child.
I was born into this life, unfortunately.
So you don't know your parents.
They died.
I'm sorry.
Sounds like you and me have a lot in common, brother.
Some of these folk were with me in the swamplands. Others were brought by other interests, I guess, to the meeting spot just north of Zatha. There was a there's a couple pirate captains there trying to make a quick buck off of some recently obtained slaves.
Do you happen to know the names of these captains?
I don't, but I can give you a description.
There's one
One
look
of
like
them
a frog.
there was a female snake lady, and the other one did, now that you mention it, look kind of like a frog. I was gonna say reptilian, but frog is more accurate.
I like to insult him a little bit because whenever I see him next, I'm gonna kill him.
So for you, Kraka, that would be Poppy, and for you, Lala, you would recognize that as Venix.
Rather disappointed in her, and I didn't think I could get any more disappointed.
Anyway, they sold some of these folks here for a quick buck, too. The lovely individual that you had met. We just knew him as the warden.
So you didn't get any names. Do you know where he operates out of?
Well, he does a lot of dealings with the pirates, but we never made landfall anywhere long enough for us to figure out where his base of operations is. He did talk to some cultists at one point, though. We recognized their outfits as they just kind of appeared on the deck of the ship. I couldn't tell you what cult they were from, but I knew they were cultists from their garb that they were wearing.
Well, we'll be leaving you all to your freedom the next city we come across.
Not sure what to do with freedom. I don't have any money. I don't even have any clothes.
We'll help you out with that when we get there.
Do you need a crew? I bet we could be a good crew if we're not being forced to do the labor.
That's a question for the handsome asshole upstairs.
Well, I think right now we need some rest. The only things we know how to do is clean up a ship and take a beating, so...
Well, we're all out of beatings.
ship's pretty clean. So
You all get
go ahead.
Lala will go up to find Joaquin.
Okay. You find him helming the ship. You see Yenor and Deedle and Poppy hard at work trying to replace this sail. While it's not difficult in its process, it is tedious. They're about halfway done replacing the sail.
Like putting the shower curtain rings back on a new shower curtain.
On a larger, except on a larger scale, yes. Joaquin, Lala makes it up to you as you're directing the ship.
Yep, he would also be periodically looking at the compass.
The needles keep changing in various directions. Again, a couple of them keep just pointing directly at you, and one of them keeps pointing due north.
Okay.
Lala, you get up to Joaquin.
Huh. What's up with you, little one?
We have a problem. We have these people, but they have, at least some of them, have no knowledge of how to live outside of slavery. They have no clothes, no money. We signed up for a lot more help than I think anybody knows. One of them asked about crewing this ship. Does your father need help?
Oh, well, I mean, we do have multiple vessels. If they're looking for work and they have experience sailing, then yeah, I'm sure we can make use of it. We would have to get them in contact. I guess we'd have to, once we get into port, we could send a message to my father. He could have them sailed out to our, I guess, corporate area where they could be resituated on other vessels.
You also may run into another Sioux sailing merchant vessel at a port, especially a friendly one.
Okay.
Because you're currently heading to Curag, the island of Curag. There's your father doesn't like sailing his vessels too far away from Zatha, because once you get far enough away, support can't be sent as quickly. Curag's relatively close to Zatha. If anything were to happen along the route, he could get another ship out within a day and a half, usually, along that route. So you have potential to run into another Sioux sailing ship as well, and you can obviously send a message or find someone with the capability to do so in a city to get a quick message to your father, and you know his disposition. He'd always be willing to help.
Yep. So at this point, I'd look at Lala and I'd relay, we can help. We just need to get through it. Look at you being all helpful. Weren't you brooding?
Because there are hundreds more still on that ship who had a moment of hope snatched away from them because I had to trudge back here.
and he would minor in a big sad face. Um, and he'd say, I feel your, I share your frustration with me. Out here on the ocean, we can only do what we can, right?
For people without rich daddies with connections, that's all anyone can do anywhere.
This rich boy with a rich daddy is looking to get all those people, and he points to the group that they have now. I'm looking to get them employed. It's not much, but like you said, it's all we can do.
I appreciate that people like you and your father do still exist.
If we run into them again, we'll try and do more, right?
Not according to Yenor.
Well, Yenor was really hurt, and I've actually never really seen her that injured before, except for on maybe one or two occasions. But that guy in the armor, he really shook her. So we'll have to figure out a way to deal with that at some point.
We won't be dealing with anybody if we run into them again. Sooner or later, they're going to know that they were hoodwinked.
Hoodwinked. Hoodwinked.
You didn't overhear what happened?
No.
You should probably check in with your friend.
Your friend's currently flying on Pobby trying to reattach the sail. And
I
then,
look
like
at Lala
she's
kinda-
doing the fly in, try help Deedle attach it from the other side, then fly out and say, no, a little more to the right, and then flies back in and tries to reattach it. Deedle's just kind of hanging on with one claw, and the other claw is trying to tie ropes.
Put one side on and the other side pops off like a shit.
Yeah, really. It's easier when the ship is stationary. So, you currently can't interrupt either of them. They're in the middle of playing reattach a sail.
I look
But you
back
can
at
make
Lala.
note to talk about it later.
Yes, I will do that.
Continue.
Oh no, just again, I'm trying to figure out what this hoodwinked is all about. But I guess I have to speak to Yenor about that later. So if that was the case, then I would just kind of give Lala a nod.
You know, you might see me as a kid because I'm young. But the way I grew up, I never had the chance to be a kid. I don't know what that is. So the next time you want to be surprised that I'm responsible or take care of business, you can keep it to yourself.
Understood? Put the knives away. I'm not here to fight. And he kind of puts his hands up. And then immediately puts them back on the steering wheel.
Yeah, you put your hands up and the steering wheel starts going a little bit in different directions.
Yep. So just like, whoop, whoop, and then right back on.
During this time, Braka, you are eating with your rescued slave. So, what are you doing down here while Lala is talking with Joaquin?
Just talking to the slaves like until they like helping them find a spot to settle in so they can get some rest. And um, once they're all settled in, I'm just gonna stay down here and keep an eye on them and make sure none of them get handsy because they've been in poverty for so long. They don't want to get greedy and start going through some of our stuff for their own personal taking. That's all.
None of them really seem to want to touch anything. They don't even want to touch the stuff that you're giving them. You kind of have to reassure them that it's okay.
I was that you were talking about handsy like they just got out of prison and they're gonna start banging.
That's why I went into more detail about like taking stuff because I know the way that sounded.
I mean, either is a viable route considering.
You notice of the 15, about 5 of them are extremely malnourished. And I'd say probably 3 of the others have severely broken limbs.
Do we have anything like medical supplies, like splints and shit like that?
You have splints and whatnot, yeah. Like first aid kits and whatnot to help them.
And
Usually that type of damage, from what you've seen, Yenor can do minor healing for some of that. But there's a lot of people down here, so you have basic first aid knowledge.
As I go around everybody and want to see the more injured one, I'm just gonna, try to comfort them and see if it's okay if I treat their wound. And if they allow me to, then I guess I'll roll. I don't know how you want to go this.
Well, at first they seem very scared, like you're going to hurt them more. But as you talk to them more and, build trust, you did cook for them and everything and bring them seconds as they're starving. They allow you to touch them. I'd say roll a medicine check.
$18.
18? Okay. You're able to help them fairly well. It's a crude splint for what you have on the ship. It's not like anything that a hospital would be able to do. But it is good enough until you're able to get into port in a couple of days. Or until Yenor's able to come down and see if she can do anything with healing magic.
Right. I'll talk to her later once either she comes down here or I go up there. But I'll ask.
You don't get a lot of other information out of them, really. A lot of them are just in shock and can't even remember their own names. You gather that most of them are, while maybe not have traveled together, they are from the Kingdom of Ishanya. Various areas. They're either captured travelers or families that were moving between places. Some of them grew up in slavery in general. You don't get a lot of...
What's swamplands was I from?
The same ones that they are, the Drelishian swamplands, largest swamplands of this world.
Does any of them possibly look familiar?
No. Swamplands is a vast expanse. None of them were kept with you.
Gotcha.
Hoppy's slaving operation was small in comparison to the grand scheme of things of everything that's going on. And the fact that one of them mentioned cultist activity with the captain that you had just parlayed with or that Yenor had just parlayed with, means that there's something bigger going on.
No. I'm not sure. I guess just. Yeah, continue healing them. Like my tenants, because there's a bunch of them that just said we're injured, right? I just got to one.
With an 18, it takes you a little bit of time, but you can get to all of them.
Gotcha.
It'll take you a little bit of time.
Well, then I guess if I'm done, I'll head upstairs.
All right, so right about as you're done and heading upstairs, Lala and Joaquin would be about finished with their conversation, and Yenor and Deedle would be done playing. All right, is this the right knot? Is this how this gets tied? So it's back. The sail's back up. The mast is mended. It is not repaired. It's cracked, so it needs to actually go into a dockyard and be fixed. But it'll work at full capacity for now. Poppy lands back down on the deck. You see Lala up with Joaquin. Praka's coming up the stairs. You and Deedle are just getting done. So now, what is everyone doing?
I'd probably go up and tell Joaquin that it's fixed to the best of our ability.
Okay.
If Yenor was coming up to me to say that, I would kind of be looking at her, and then there would be kind of like, I would minor illusion an angry mom who's kind of like, tapping her finger disapprovingly with her arms crossed, and then looking at Yenor, and I say, "What did you do on that ship? I'm sorry, not that. I would say, what did you do when you went below deck?"
I'm gonna cross my arms. I'm gonna wince a little bit because I've still got that big slash that's still oozing a little bit. I'm gonna cross my arms and give him a glare and say, "You don't think I'm dumb enough to actually give him the drugs, do you?"
But when they find out that you jilted them, they're going to come after us.
Do you know how long it's gonna take? Do you know how long it's gonna take them to find someone to refine all of that?
Here's hoping. Did they get a good look at my ship? As far as, do I have any, are there any identifying markers on the ship that we're currently sailing on?
So
that
your
you
ship
know what I'm asking.
says Stu sailing on the side of it,
Okay, so we're screwed. All right.
and you fly,
Gotcha.
but you don't have a flag. You just fly under the Onyx Accord. So,
As long as they can read.
if you don't know if they noticed the side of the ship or not.
No, I didn't notice that.
No one did. Dude, everyone was too concerned about being blown to bits.
Yes.
Which is valid.
Alright.
You fly under the Onyx Accord flag, and you know that those dealing in illegal activity are very reluctant to touch anything that is related to an official government. Now, they had reason to board your ship because your ship fired first.
True, but they're also slavers, so while they're already engaging in illegal activity. Unless you're
Sure.
saying that you're going by maritime rules and out in the open ocean, there's no real law.
They would not touch. Usually, those dealing in illegal activities would not touch an official government ship.
And the the fact that we're flying under this flag
Makes
gives
you
the
an official
impression
government.
of okay, okay,
Yes.
okay.
But because in that situation your ship fired first, they were just reacting to that.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So
All of this
based
taken
on
into
because
account.
you are the captain of the ship, you've done a lot of sailing. Based on what you know of what you've experienced and the stories that your father has told you, generally, unless it's a pirate raid, official ships go untouched.
Okay.
The
So
pirates are the only ones you have to worry about, and they weren't sailing under a pirate flag.
okay. But Yenora also took note of their individual flag, I believe.
Yes, Yenor did take note of their flag design. I
Okay.
watched her write it down on a notepad that's not her notebook.
I would look at Yenora, still not pleased with the situation, but again, feeling a little bit more confident. So, and she said that you said that the sale is all ready.
It's fixed for however long it lasts.
That doesn't
The sail is
sound-
fine, to be
Okay.
fair. It's the mast. The mast was cracked, and part of it was kind of like going down and kind of hanging on by the rope.
Uh-huh.
So they basically mended it to keep it together using, spare planks to kind of hammer in as reinforcement and rope to tie it up. So the mast is the concern, not the sail. The sail is just a replacement sail. The tattered one's kind of just, it could be fixed by a
But the actual physical mass needs to be either
the
repaired.
mast would need to be repaired or replaced. Yeah, and that can only be done in a dockyard.
Gotcha.
Like the sail, anyone with some fabric and proficiency in sewing could start fixing. It would take a while, but you could start fixing it.
Gotcha. Okay. If that's the case, yeah. I will power down the level of arcane that I'm using, and switch to half and half of wind power and arcane.
Well, you didn't power it up. You kept it steady.
Oh yeah.
You chose to use the least amount of arcane power to keep the ship moving.
Okay. Sorry.
So it wasn't powered up. It was steady. You just didn't have the additional power of wind helping.
Okay. So then we're just adding the wind at this point.
Correct. So you just feel the ship start to pick up speed as you're steering it.
Okay.
Is there anything else any of you are doing?
I start heading down to see what I can do for the former slaves.
Okay. You run into Kraka as you're going down.
Yeah, I was gonna. As they were doing that, I would have walked around and let everybody know that I cook stew, and then all of our new I don't know what you want to call them, passengers are pretty malnourished. A couple of them have some broken bones. I gave them splints as best I could. I don't know if there's anything else you can do.
I've got some potions and some lay on hands that I can do.
Yeah, I only had one potion, and I was trying to save that for myself for a situation until I get more.
when he mentions that, I'm going to. We have a long rest coming up, right?
You will tonight, yeah. Because when you guys, are traveling, you get long rest at night, unless it's interrupted. But so far,
Right.
it hasn't been.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about it right now, but I wasn't sure if we were going to get into anything before we docked again. So that's why I was holding on to it.
DM, how much HP does it take to set a bone?
It's been set. With Kraka splinting them, he basically, essentially, if it was starting to set, broke it and then set it into place. Kraka is strong enough to do that. Being a monk, he could target strikes to do that and be fine. It's not pleasant for the individual, but they knew it needed to be done.
Okay.
So I'd say to assist in the healing process, that would just be restoring HP. Like 1 HP. So depending on how bad, you'd have to go up and see depending on how bad the break is. But for like a small break, it'd be like 1 HP. For like a larger break, I don't know, it'd be like 3, 4 HP.
Alright, so I'll just go down there and figure it out then.
So going down there, you see the 3 individuals he was talking about. The rest of them look, I mean, some of them are still eating the stew. They seem to be in better spirits as they get fed and hydrated. And you, being a paladin, you know that malnourishment can really only be solved by food and rest. The broken bones, while can also be solved by splints and rest, magic can help there. So you would probably need to spend a total of 6 HP among the 3 individuals to fully heal their broken bones. So as you go up to each one and you do lay on hands and they glow in the holy light, and they just kind of wince a little bit and then sigh of relief as the washes over them. One of them has a broken arm and a broken leg, so 1 HP on each. The other one's arm is essentially shattered, not just broken. So that one was 3 HP to kind of get back. That one still needs the splint just to help hold it because it's still sore, but you're able to speed up the healing process.
How's Kraka's shell looking?
There's still a hole. To be fair, you're still splashed. Like, none of you have done anything to fix yourselves yet. You're all still as beaten as you were.
Would I be able to cast a...
What?
Sorry.
Do you think 10 HP would be good for Kraka's shell?
Yeah, that would you can. So the way I see healing, you can focus your healing on the area, even if it wouldn't initially heal that area. You'd say, "Oh, I want to heal Kraka's shell." Okay, he still might be bleeding from the front, but his shell would be repaired.
Okay, so I'm just gonna like lay my hand on him and like slam 10 HP into his shell.
Kraka, as you see, yeah.
Could I retcon before she walked downstairs? Like as she's walking away, would I be able to kind of be like, "Oh, you're bleeding everywhere," and cast a 2nd level lay on hands? I mean, not lay on hands. I don't have that. Clear wounds on her.
Sure. You go ahead and do that, and then roll your healing.
$17.
Yenor, you heal 17 HP from Joaquin. As you walk away, before he kind of just throws some HP at you, you go around, you heal all the freed slaves, and then you go up to Kraka, you tell him what did, and then you put your hand on his shell and say, This might hurt a little bit. And then you pump in 10 HP. Kraka, you've gotten your shell hurt before. It doesn't feel good. The healing process also doesn't feel good. But eventually the warmth of the radiant energy washes over you and you feel your shell close up and it's healed other than like a scar.
Oh, oh, why, thank you. I was gonna be a little drafty tonight, but now it's not because of you.
Let's try to keep our insides on the inside now, huh?
That would be best. You look a lot better now yourself.
Yeah, I'm not leaving puddles where I walk now.
How's Lala?
What's gonna go find her next?
Unless Lala, have you moved? I still have you on the stairs by Joaquin.
Yeah, no, he's just kind of hanging out, being sad and injured.
So you find her just in the same place that she was, up the stairs by Joaquin.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I just said Yenor finds Lala next to you up the stairs by you, Joaquin. She's just kind of hanging out there.
Oh, yep.
I'm just gonna rest my hand on her shoulder and give her another 10 HP as well.
Lala, you heal. You feel Yenor's hand on your shoulder, and the radiant energy washes over you as your bullet wound closes. Stings a little bit and then feels very warmth and comforting, and you heal 10 HP.
Thanks. I really wish people would stop shooting at me.
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
Where I come from, there aren't so many damn guns.
Listen, I prefer swords myself.
Or something clicks in your mind. For guns being illegal, there sure are a lot of people with guns.
Yeah, really, what the fuck is that? Fuck is that?
Cultists,
No.
drugs, slaves, civil unrest in cities, bad politicians, guns. In your investigator brain, you start to think that there's a bigger picture here.
It's all tied somehow.
Not all is how it seems on the surface. You begin having doubts about those in power actually having power.
Yeah, why do you do this to me?
I'm not doing anything. I'm just following the world story.
This is all above my pay grade.
It's not. You're a private investigator. You name your pay grade.
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
We got a lot of treasure getting paid pretty well.
Not enough to realize that governments aren't doing shit. I have 50 gold in my
Oh.
pocket. This is ridiculous.
Oh. Joaquin, minor illusions, a tiny violin.
To be fair, if you didn't have to pay all of us, you would have more gold.
I'm gonna throw a key at him.
E.
A key.
Joaquin, Yenor throws a key at you.
Like one of the big, heavy skull key things that unlock everything.
You have one of those?
It's not. I have a ring of random keys. So it's what is the type of key that you'd have that unlocks like every door in the house?
Oh, master key?
No, it's
Master key.
A skeleton key.
skeleton key.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna take it off the ring and throw it at him.
Can I try to catch it?
Sure, make a dexterity check.
And that's not happening.
That's a 5.
I wanted to hit him.
You. Oh, well, you go ahead and make a dexterity check.
That's just that, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be the 5.
No, she has to hit your AC.
Oh, okay.
She says she's trying to hit you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not rolling.
That's not going to hit me.
That's a 19 plus 3.
Wait.
22. She rolled physical dice because of the
Oh, okay.
digital dice was lagging, so she rolled the physical dice before it came through.
Oh, boo, because the digital dice rolled a 7. Whatever.
Yeah. It's fine. The key doesn't do any damage. But it's like those funny dog videos where you throw the ball and the dog tries to grab the ball, but it hits the dog in the head because it tried to grab the ball too late. You go to reach out to grab the key as she's throwing it, but like it already is at your chest when you're reaching out to grab it.
Yep. That's what a 5 gets me.
It just kind of bounces off your chest. Like it doesn't do anything. It just bounces off your chest and clangs on the ground.
I kind of look down at the key, and then I look at Yenor, and then I make a minor illusion, like a puppy dog's head doing like the confused head tilt.
Mm.
But I'll pick up the key, and I'll pocket it.
Add a skeleton key to your inventory.
Doing it.
Is anyone doing anything else?
No, it's bedtime.
Nope. I'm taking my happy, wholesome shell downstairs and going to bed.
Someone roll a D100 for me.
I'm not doing that again.
I got it. $80.
Oh,
80. This might actually help you. Roll a D4 for me.
Or
ooh.
Let's see. That actually doesn't help you.
Damn it.
Westward winds
Lies.
start picking up. They're very strong. They actually start slowing your ship down as you're traveling. Like, currently, east-southeast is your current direction that you're traveling. So westward wind kind of slows you down. It's kind of just, your ship cuts kind of it, some of it, because it's kind of hitting the side and bouncing off, but it does slow you down a little bit. So you can alter the amount of power that you're giving your ship from the arcane, or you can just take it.
I think we want to get over there. So I'll up the arcane output a bit to match what
you were doing.
Match what's hitting us. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. the winds, you're sailing on, the wind should subside. It shouldn't last longer than your arcane reserves would burn out.
Mm-hmm.
How are you guys doing watches? Are you gonna do watches? Are you gonna raw dog it and not do watches?
I mean,
Already.
since I'm up, I'll definitely take a watch since I'm doing the shift thing. Since I'm driving.
Yeah, I already headed to bed, so you can wake me up for final watch.
Okay. Yenor, since you only need 4 hours of sleep, are you also going to do a watch?
Sure.
So it will be Wakim, Yenor, and then Kraka.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Lala
curl
will,
my happy ass up in the crow's nest.
and Lala
You
will be her cubby while Joaquin's doing his watch.
okay? Uh, let's see. So Lala hides herself again and falls back in where she was, and Deedle climbs up the newly repaired mast and climbs in there. Yenor, where are you falling asleep? I guess I should say, where are you meditating?
On top of Poppy, just draped over her back.
Okay. And Kraka's downstairs.
I am excited just to find out when and how the day will come when Joaquin finally realizes where Lala sleeps.
Yeah.
Listen, it's gonna be funny. But
I mean, I'm not sure it's gonna happen because you're very sneaky, and Joaquin is. I mean, he has proficiency in perception, but I don't believe that that's going to beat you unless you roll terribly one day. So this may take a while.
It will, but I feel like sooner or later it's gonna happen. So I'm just
Yeah. Well, yes, the law of averages says you can't win forever. So yes.
and if she takes expertise in stealth,
I mean, again,
she has expertise in
an,
stealth. Actually,
an, a
yeah.
nat one is an automatic failure.
it
But I
is.
don't have inspirations.
Are you really
Yeah.
going to burn your inspirations on this? I mean, that is entirely
She
your
has
right
done
if
it.
you want to do that.
I have.
She's done it in the past. She's burning inspiration to reroll her stealth check to hide where she hides.
She likes her cupboard.
Yeah. Small spaces. But everyone goes to sleep. Joaquim, you have
Roll
a
up button.
peaceful watch.
Oh, wait, I got. Oh, I don't need to do a perception check or anything.
No. You guys are
Okay.
coming out of a very stressful day, so I'm going to say that you have a peaceful watch.
Nice.
You are about ready to kind of turn yourself in for the night. So you go and wake up Yenor
Mm-hmm.
for a second watch.
I do like a little mage hand tap on her.
Yenor, you feel a ghostly hand tapping you.
I'm immediately jumping up, freaked out.
Calm down. It's your turn.
I'm gonna poke you with something when you're meditating or asleep and see how you react. I'm gonna like smooth out my
What?
hair.
If she smooths out one side of her hair, I would mage hand smooth out the other side of her hair. And then just give her like a cheeky grin. You missed a spot.
She's reading something.
Yeah, there's too much silence going on right now.
She's looking something up. She's reading something.
Uh,
I'm gonna be nice, and I'm just gonna flick him on the nose. Say, go to bed, pretty boy.
He if can I do like minor illusion on myself just to kind of make it like just for like half a moment appear like I'm wearing a military outfit and then do like a I man thing or like a sailor outfit?
Sure. I'll allow it since it's not really for anything other than comedy.
Yeah, I do that and then I turn in.
So you flick him in the nose. Then he minor illusions a military outfit and salutes you and then marches off to bed.
As he turns around and starts walking, I'm just gonna kick him in the butt.
Joaquin, you stumble a little bit as you feel her foot on your butt. And then
What you got? I saluted you.
Listen,
I
that's the most
rescind my
action you're gonna
salute.
get for a while.
Hey, you need to stop with the blocking of my and he motions to his nether regions.
You know she was working with the people who stole the governor's kids. I'm gonna tilt my
Say
head at
again?
him when I say that. Yeah, the
Say
people
again
that
now?
Lady Wren and Babin had to go fight to get the kids back from that weird temple place. Yeah, she was with those. That's why she left without any problems. So you're welcome. You didn't sleep with the kidnapper because of me. I should get a thank you.
I mean, it could have been nice. And he gives another cheeky grin. But criminals, yes, criminals, yes, absolutely.
I'm just gonna stare at him, blank face. Go to bed.
He blows her a kiss and minor illusions a heart at like as it flutters over towards her. Good night.
I'm gonna be nice and ignore it.
If you ignore it, then the heart would kind of like tap you in the head and then just like poof.
doesn't really do anything. It just dissipates.
Yeah,
Feels like
at
a
all.
cool breeze.
Mm-hmm.
DM, are there rodents on this ship?
No. It's a
No?
very clean ship.
Damn straight it is.
I can't speak with
This
animals
is
on
smooth
Poppy.
sailing.
She's sleeping.
Doesn't matter. I wake her up.
Oh no! Oh no! What is this?
Poppy, baby, can you go stand in front of Joaquim's door and just talk at him through the door?
If she doesn't get a full rest, she'll get exhaustion.
That's 8 hours, right?
Yes.
Okay. So she's already slept for 4.
2.
I thought it was 4 because I get 4.
You getting 2, you're doing the middle watch, and then you'll get 2 at the end.
Is the night only 6 hours?
2. You're awake for 4,
Oh, okay.
and then 2.
She doesn't have to stay up the whole time. Just for like the next hour or so.
Okay. What are you having her do?
Just stand in front of his door and yell.
Joaquin, as you're going to sleep and trying to get rest, and Lala, you would be in the vicinity to hear this as well. You hear the pitter-patter of animal walking. Hey! Hi! Hey!
Open my door.
Oh my god.
Hi! Hey! You open your door, Joachim, you just see Poppy standing there. She looks down. Hi!
So does
Friend?
Poppy? Oh, actually, okay. Um,
Hi!
he kind of gives Poppy like a little bit of a deadpan look, and I will cast suggestion. I actually first,
Her beak's
I
still
will
dripping
cast
with blood.
suggestion. Yeah, no, I will cast suggestion on Poppy, and I will
Okay.
say you should go spend time with your mom up there. And I point upstairs to Yenor.
Yenor, roll a d20 and add her wisdom, which is +1. You're gonna need your physical dice probably, because it's not coming through. There's 6. So she fails. So Joaquin answers door like within a couple minutes, and you see her come back over to you, just happy with the fluffs. Hi!
Hello.
I spent time with you.
And you're such a good girl for that.
I'm sleepy.
Go to bed.
She starts snoring. She collapses. And it lasts the whole hour. You assume Joaquin used magic to get her to come back to you and just go to sleep.
Fine.
Joaquin, she goes over to her mom and you hear her yell and then you hear her sleep. Lala, that would also wake you up for a couple minutes before you can fall back asleep.
Did Lala do anything when she heard that?
I don't know, Lala, what'd you do when you heard the yelling Poppy?
She folded her pillow over her head.
Yeah, so no, nothing that you would hear, Joaquin.
Okay.
Peaceful watch for you, Yenor. Nothing happens. The wind does die down to a more peaceful night.
Okay. Throughout the watch, I'm gonna de-bloodify Poppy.
Okay. Just wash her up. She's kind of she's just sprawled out, laid. You're wiping her up. Then you know Kraka was going to take it, and you still have a couple hours left to get your full rest.
Where's Crockett at?
Sleeping downstairs with the freed individuals.
Alright, I'm gonna go wake him up.
How are you going to do that?
I'll just lightly shake his shoulder. Or his shell, I guess, because he sleeps in the shell, right? Yeah, so I'll just lightly, like, knock on the shell, like it's a front door.
Kraka, you hear knocking inside all of you.
Huh? I just popped my head out like, huh? Oh, oh, oh. Hi, Nora. I had the craziest dream that I almost got us killed by attacking a slaver ship. And then I kind of look around and I see all the slaves and realize it wasn't a dream.
Okay, we're okay.
Oh, it's my watch.
Yep. I'm gonna go back to bed with Poppy.
I slowly pop all my other limbs out and stretch and get up and go grab a drink and do my watch.
Everyone down here is completely passed out. Like dead to the world, passed out. Some of them you have to actually check their pulse to make sure they're not actually dead. But everyone's still alive. They're just very asleep. Your watch is also peaceful. Let me go to... Because now... You would have noticed that all of the moons have been somewhat visible over the past few nights, something you would have made note of. In fact, all 3 moons had gone to their new phase at the same time. This night, only one of the moons was still new. The largest of the 3, Etheria. At the end of this night, Kraka, your watch is peaceful other than checking on people for still being alive. Everyone gets a long rest on their sheet. And that is, we're going to call that. Yeah, just click long rest. Long rest, confirm. It should clear up all your stuff. If you go to like your spell slots and whatnot. Yeah, they're all cleared. And
I am refreshed.
Everything should be refreshed. Yep. All the boxes should be unchecked. Everyone gets their long rest. And with that, we will pick up next week on what is day 2 of this journey. Thank you all for tuning in. We hope you all enjoyed and you all have a great evening. Stay tuned to see what awaits our daring adventurers and the slaves they had rescued.
I don't know if anybody expected that to go how it did, but I sure as hell did not. Basically, we got saved against Iron Man. Thank goodness.
Think Fallout power armor.
We fought the Brotherhood of Steel.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not Iron Man power armor.
Although apparently that's an
Brotherhood of Steel
option that
armor.
we can look into getting.
You can look into getting
respect-
and customizing whatever power armor you want.
yeah, respectfully, if we have the options, I would definitely go with some Stark Tech armor over some Brotherhood of Steel armor. Respectfully.
It's not identical, but to give you a mental vision of the options that are available, those are the 2 most popular power armor sets I can think of.
Listen, I've played Fallout since like 3 came out on the 360. Brotherhood of Steel style power armor.
Some
It just looks so clunky.
The
It's
whole
gonna slow
thing's
you
clunky.
down. Yeah, but you're gonna be slow.
That's
really
why
want
you
to know to be
upgrade
that
it to get the
slow?
jetpack.
You can
not
fly.
Paying me a lot of
magic.
money for this lady.
Money or influence.
I have a lot of influence. I know people.
Do you?
Cake or death.
You are private. You are a private eye. I just, how much influence does Yenor have? That's actually a good question. I don't know.
I
It's,
work directly with the Ashanian officials.
it's a
and the Onyx
question that
Accord.
you will have to wait to find out.
Oh, boo. Okay.
He would know, wouldn't
Boo
he?
hiss.
He doesn't know how much influence you actually have.
No, but he knows who my dad is,
Yeah,
or my dad in air quotes, because
your stepdad.
yeah.
He wouldn't know all the jobs you've done. He just knows that
Nope.
you do jobs.
Classified information.
Everybody have a good evening. Stay safe.
Yes.
Hopefully the weather stays well. Get outside, and we'll see you next week.
It's raining
But also, please
currently.
take care. I've heard that there's a new COVID variant going around, so please just take care of
Yes.
yourselves, okay?
Stay healthy. Stay safe. Wash your hands.
Yes. Multiple
Thank you all
Indeed.
for listening.
Have a good night.
Night night.
Bye.
Night.